Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, TC ZAZU further intensifies. Fijians warned of destructive winds by Friday. And second system poses no threat to Fiji. Tropical cyclone ZAZU has further intensified and may cause destruction over parts of Fiji by Thursday. The Fiji Meteorological Service says the system, forecast to intensify to a Category 3, may cause widespread power failures, blow away roofs and cause considerable damages to structures, especially weak structured houses. It says damaging winds can also uproot big trees and cause total damage to shallow-rooted plants and crops. Edwin Nunn reports.
Tropical cyclone ZAZU will bring continuous heavy rain and destructive winds to most parts of Fiji.
The extent of damaging and most probably destructive winds is going to affect, places like Yasawa and Mamanuca, western half of Viti Levu, western half of Vanu Levu, the Lomai Viti group, and Kandavu to SE tracks southeastwards.
The system will complete making a loop later tomorrow before taking a south-southeasterly track towards Fiji. The Fiji Meteorological Service confirms the heavy rain will persist through to Saturday and there is a risk of river flooding and flash flooding in flood-prone areas. With the ground already saturated, there is also a risk of landslides, but the real danger is the storm force winds.
The extent of damaging and most probably destructive winds is going to affect, places like Yasawa and Mamanuca, western half of Viti Levu, western half of Vanu Levu, the Lomai Viti group, and Kandavu to SE tracks southeastwards.
TC ZAZU is expected to have severe cyclone strength when it passes close to the west of Fiji. The system is expected to be located just to the west of Viti Levu and Kandavu with severe cyclone strength on Friday. High waves of about 3 meters are expected over Yasawa and Mamanuca waters from tomorrow. From Wednesday, expect high waves more than 5 meters over southwest Viti Levu waters, Yasawa and Mamanuca waters and Kandavu passage. These high waves pose risks of coastal flooding. Sea conditions will also be hazardous.
Meanwhile, a second weaker tropical cyclone has formed in the region. TC ZAZU was also named by the NADI Weather Office yesterday afternoon. The system is a weak Category 1 at the moment and poses no direct threat to Fiji.
So it's moving from New Way, taking a southwest track. Once it lies over the southern Tonga, it will turn and move southeastwards, away from the Fiji groups.
Minister for Economy Ayah Said Qayyum reminded the staff of the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service that they need to maintain a high level of efficiency while opening the new NADI branch at the Vutua Levu roundabout. Said Qayyum says this was the whole reason for the change in name of the business, as they do not want it to be an authority but rather a service provider. Philip Nkoso has more.
The Minister for Economy stresses that the FRCS will always be judged on how well it delivers its service.
And all taxpayers of Fiji are actually the clients of FRCS, not somebody they should talk down to or bully, but actually see them as in a collaborative partnership.
Said Qayyum also toured the new FRCS office and met a number of staff who also explained a bit about the work they did.
If we don't lift up the game, if we don't lift up our efficiencies, selecting people on merit, all those fundamentals are critically important so we can actually revive our economy, bring back the confidence.
The new office will house the NADI staff and also some staff from the Lautoka office. Philippe Naikaso, FBC News.
The Director of Social Welfare yesterday acknowledged care workers for ensuring the well-being of the 53 senior citizens at the Golden Age Home in Samambula, Suva. The residents was accorded an early Christmas party by the Social Welfare Department in collaboration with donors. The Director of Social Welfare admitted working in a care institution is not always easy. However, he is very pleased with reports coming in from the country's largest care home. Fatiaki says it has not always been about the money for the staff. There are 30 staff at the Golden Age Home, and Fatiaki confirms that many at times do overtime, putting aside their personal commitments.
And I know there is a team that is working together in unity to make sure that not only that you are happy, not only that your needs are met, but also in the same way that you make it easy for the staff as they continue to carry out their responsibilities.
The Suva retailers are continuing their preparations with 3 more days to go for the Christmas in the City event. Suva City Council Chair Sikeli Tiknundua says the event is organized by the council and the Suva Retailers Association aimed at creating economic activity in the city. Tiknundua says they are working with police to ensure the safety of customers and retailers. Christmas in the city will begin on Friday and will provide entertainment, food stalls and affordable and quality goods to help Fijians during this time. Times.
Thought that if we work together to ensure that we have affordable goods available in the market, this is a good time for us to not only share about the Christmas message, but most importantly to provide affordable items that are essential to the general public.
Up ahead, new local series excites favor. And final athletics showdown this weekend.
Oira na ngone no de nunu enda be singe ni mataka.
Mersusunga da kena loma dina kena mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabaksa ngai ka wala loma taki na ngone. Dalo bina oya o meliki.
Mulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kiki rau enda be mataka.
Moniti kena makarombuka.
Ni wai tini kalimana miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka. Dan ramai na singabo.
Fiji Sevens coach Gareth Baber is excited about the new Local 7 series that will kick off next month. The Fiji Rugby Union announced the Super Series yesterday, where 16 top teams in the country will be competing in. The format is similar to the World Series, and the team with the most points at the end of the series will be declared the winner. Baber says this new initiative will surely help him and the team.
The bit that I need to get right on top of that is potentially looking at how I can take some of those best players and get them regularly playing against each other in a series of tournaments where you can, like the HSBC, you can get to know some of those players, you can see them regularly on TV and get them competing as their club teams on a regular basis.
Miss Fiji winner Elizabeth Markey is urging women to take up the sport of bodybuilding. She scooped her 3rd Miss Fiji title on Saturday and was the lone contender in the women's category. Saddened by the low turnout of women in the competition, Markey says it's time for females to break away from the usual norm.
Bodybuilding is more than just a sport, it's a lifestyle. It's about being fit and healthy. It's about understanding food and being healthy with your, the nutrition side of things. And I would encourage women to try it. You know, it's training with weights and all these other things. It's not too hard. It's not going to make you look like a man. So it's amazing.
A football academy director in the country believes techniques are something our players lack. Former Fiji FA Development Officer Ronald Ram, who is now the director of Dreams Football Academy, says this is something he is concentrating on when having his coaching clinics. Over the past year, Ram has been actively involved in holding kids' clinic where he teaches participants the basics of football.
The major thing they lack is the soccer techniques are not there at the moment. If we start building in more on techniques like passing, receiving, running with the ball, and making decisions in the tight space, and then and then have a game format and then train them accordingly unto their knowledge. I think that will be a good caliber.
Athletics Fiji will commence its last round of competition on Saturday at Churchill Park in Lautoka. The COVID-19 pandemic forced the cancellation of various school events, including the Coca-Cola and Chow Games. Athletics Fiji, in its bid to keep students engaged in the sport, carried out its weekly meet, which will be concluded in Lautoka. National coach Mbola Taufo says athletes have been turning up in large numbers over the past weeks and times have improved. He says they're expecting competition to intensify as they head down to the west. Taufo says with some of the time recorded in the competition, certain athletes will be out to stamp their mark in the Cokes and Chow Games next year. Cloudy periods with some showers over eastern parts and interior of the larger islands, Sawa and Mamanuca, Lau and Lomaiviti group. Elsewhere, fine apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers and thunderstorms, isolated heavy falls possible. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio, and digital media news. FBCnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।